9 out of 10 companies today, they don't actually know their customer acquisition cost.
You always keep talking about database marketing. What is database marketing?
Database marketing is marketing what is measured, and if it's not measured, then it's assumption-based marketing, I believe. And the very first thing what I believe companies should do is to actually measure and get clear understanding what happens with their marketing activities and what happens with their marketing budget. Like, you can predict and control what is going to happen with your company revenue, since you have this measured funnels set up, and this is what we basically do. Yes.
Welcome, my name is Mikk Markus, and you're watching a masterclass on how to grow a niche manufacturing business, and to be even more specific, how to double its revenue within 3 to 5 years. In this video, we are going to answer a question on why do so many boring manufacturing businesses suck at marketing. Because over the past 2 years, I've met with more than 100 boring manufacturing businesses and talking with the owners, and the initial plan has been to acquire a few of them and to grow those businesses. And what I've seen is they manufacture excellent products, customers and clients are happy, but when talking with the business owners and the management, first of all, they're way too busy running the business on day-to-day basis, and secondly, they don't even know much about sales and marketing, and they take it as pretty much like a support service, not the core business. And today I'm here with Priit. Priit is someone who helped one of my portfolio companies to triple its revenue. In 2022, we did $150,000 in revenue, and this year, 2023, it's going to be almost 600,000. So it's a massive growth. Priit, why do, again, so many boring manufacturing companies suck at marketing?
Firstly, thank you for having me. I believe private equity guy is a great example that if you're doing the right thing for right audience, then you don't even need a marketing. But about average or mid-core marketing, especially with SMEs, small medium enterprises, I believe it's firstly, bad marketing is still a marketing. If you think about last like maybe 5 to 10 years ago, a lot of these boring companies, manufacturing companies, they didn't even had a more marketing than a static website and some time-to-time occasional marketing activities, what were not measured or valued. Today, like majority of small medium enterprises in those like boring fields like manufacturing and maybe fintech as well, like banking is really old and static one. They do marketing. They usually have someone in-house on salary, and they use agency or a couple to support it. And if you are looking for like growth, like maybe like 10, 15, 20% per year, this setup most likely will do it. But if you want to grow 50, 100, 200% per year, you need different kind of setup.
That makes sense. But what is this, what they're really missing? What I mean is, again, I met with tons of manufacturing owners, and some of them, they even said that, yes, I have a marketing person in place, and they post on social media, and there was one guy even who said that they are posting shorts, which seems like a great thing, because not many manufacturing businesses are doing this, so it should give like a massive edge over competitors. And they post photos on Instagram, and some of them even run Facebook and Google ads, but again, I think it's not enough.
Yeah, well, the thing is that yes, they do those activities, and those activities nevertheless, are they done well or not, they will give you some sort of results. The problem is that it's when I as well talk with owners of manufacturing companies, or they come to me, the first thing what I will ask is that how your marketing is doing at the moment. Like, what are the main KPIs you're measuring? What is your customer acquisition cost? What is customer lifetime value? And those are the really the core or main KPIs. And 9 times out of 10, they are not measured, or they are not measured completely. Because if you use the setup where you have someone in-house and you have, let's say you have Google Ads agency, they will tell you conversion of those ads. They will tell you how many leads you get for your AdWord budget. But conversions to your website, they are not sales. Like the same thing, if your website will end up with inquiries, those inquiries are still not sales, since you need to have your sales team to close those leads. And the same thing goes with after sales, the same thing goes with support. You need to know from the very start until the very end what your customer acquisition cost is. And in our case, if we trying to help companies, we need to measure all the marketing funnels separately and see what is the customer acquisition cost from each channel. And if you ask me what the most common situation currently is missing, is that companies don't know how, or they don't measure it. And if you think about growth, then in my opinion, the biggest problem is not how to achieve growth. Growth can even sometimes happen by accident. The actual problem is how to control growth, which means that if you have a manufacturing company, for example, and you hire someone to do great marketing for you, and you actually will grow like 100%, then what it actually means is that all your other processes, your team, your production, your resources, they need to handle that growth as well, which means that if you don't measure your marketing and you don't have clear understanding where your growth is coming from, then you can't control it, and it can be pretty unpleasant for a company if they end up with growing too fast, for example.
So we have different types of manufacturing businesses. I mean, they're serving different type of clients. One is like white label type manufacturing. They just produce a lot of chairs and tables for IKEA, for example. And then we have those companies which serve the end customer, and they maybe want to build a brand, and what they really want to do is they want to avoid those middlemen. So what you see, what is I wouldn't say the difference between those, but the difference in what you do. And I'm, as I can see, and as we've been talking before, your goal is to serve those manufacturing businesses which want to create a brand, which want to serve the end customer, and they really want to avoid the middleman.
Well, maybe, yeah, it's not about avoiding the middleman. The thing is that it's with today's tools and digital marketing resources, it's possible to do that. And by that, you're making your company and your processes more effective, since you can go directly to the end customer, and you can by the end of the day, only brands can grow from certain point. And if you are a small medium enterprise, let's say your revenue is between $2 to $10 million or euros, then to grow from there to let's say 20 or $100 million dollars or euros revenue, you most likely will need a brand, and you most likely need to serve end customer in one way or another. If you are in a manufacturing company who produces white label, I don't know, chairs to IKEA, for example, then yeah, it's different. But then you're really your business and how it goes depends on a couple of bigger like resellers or buyers. But it makes sense for, even if company today has this type of business, it makes sense to at least try to build brand next to it at the first. And I believe our goal is to help companies from that point where they have this one person on salary and couple of agencies to the point where they can actually have a marketing team and they can continue build from there. We are trying to be a bridge for companies who want to grow and who want to evolve from what they're doing now to bigger or more, or to a place where is more action or more options to grow.
Over the past year, when we have been working together, catching up on week-to-week basis, sending messages, you always keep talking about database marketing. What is database marketing?
Well, if database marketing is marketing what is measured, and if it's not measured, then it's assumption-based marketing, I believe, which means that it's not controllable. And what I mean by database marketing is that it doesn't matter how many marketing funnels or channels you have at the moment, but they all work kind of the same way. You need to attract you need to at first you need to know your target audience, and then you need to put up some traps how to attract that audience. For example, let's say they can be Google ads, and if you are making, let's say, stone countertops, then there's certain of amount of searches monthly in Google where people looking for stone countertops related keywords, and you can run ads to catch some of that traffic. Let's say 10,000 people in a month looking for kitchen renovation or stone countertops or stuff like that. You run ads and you manage to attract like 10% of that traffic. Let's say it's 1,000 people who will end up in your landing page, on your website, on your app, whatever. And then you try them to contact you or make a purchase from you some way or another. Let's say it ends up with some inquiry form. It can be direct purchase. It can be email or phone call. And let's say 10% of that will make it. Now you have 100 leads, and you have sales reps who need to close those leads. Let's say they do it with, in average, 25% of success rate, and you end up with 25 customers. If you know your average customer purchase, then you know how much revenue those 25 customers will bring you in. And the basis of your marketing is that you need to buy this traffic with lower price than they will bring you in. That's the math. And if you calculate every step of it, then firstly, and across every marketing funnel or channel you have, then firstly, the most simple thing what you can do after you know the customer acquisition cost from every channel is to adjust those channels. In my experience, most of the time, for example, companies are really loving social media because it's visual. You can see the actual like content, videos, photos. It's something you see. Ads are kind of boring. They're kind of like in the background. But if you measure them, then usually customer acquisition cost from social media, especially if you are buying it in as a service and you don't have in-house team, it's usually really poor. And if you know your customer acquisition cost from each channel, then you can save up those couple thousand of dollars or euros from social media and put them in ads. This is the first thing what you can do after you actually have understanding if you're measuring all your marketing channels. The second thing what you can do after that is that you can optimize every channel separately. Let's say your ads attract 10% of keywords volume, and then you try to make a better ad. You try to get 15% of traffic to react to your ad. The same with landing page. There's certain actions what you want your target audience to at your landing page. If you measure how many times they're doing that preferred action at the moment, then you can figure out hypothesis how to improve that. And this is the main thing, how to repair or get your marketing funnels better and optimize them. And this is, in my opinion, only can be done with data. And like I said, that way you do less assumptions and more data-based logical conclusions to improve your marketing and improve your growth.
That makes total sense. Still, I want to get an overview of, let's take one example. There is a manufacturing business. It does 2.5 million in revenue, and it really wants to grow this, wants to really break this 5 million mark within the next, let's say, 3 to 4 years. And this, let's say, it is the company where there is one marketing person who posts videos on even on YouTube, Facebook. They run some of the ads. They spend, let's say, $2,000 a month on Facebook and Google ads, but they've been doing that for the past 4 years, and it's still, the revenue is still the same. But now they come, okay, Priit, I like what you do. Take us to 5 million. What would be the first steps, or what would you do?
Yeah, like I mentioned already, the very first thing is always the same, to understand the situation really. And what I believe is missing on the market, and what we do differently, is that we just don't take one part of the whole process. We're trying to look it from the very start to the very end. And usually, if you use agencies, every agency provide data for their own part of that equation, which means that the very first thing, like I mentioned, is to understand and really calculate customer acquisition cost at the moment. That's the basis of everything we do, because we want to know that if we change things, how they're going to move the needle to the better or the worse, or keeping them at the same. In my opinion, like definitely majority, but maybe yes, 9 out of 10 companies today, they don't actually know their customer acquisition cost. They have marketing budget and they put money in the one end, and they are hoping for the best, that it will work and customers will come out from another end, but they don't actually know where the traffic what will be generated from those marketing activities, where they're going to lose those people on the way. Is the problem the ads? Is the problem the website? Is the problem the sales reps? And it can be all of those. And the very first thing what I believe companies should do is to actually measure and get clear understanding what happens with their marketing activities and what happens with their marketing budget.
Again, it makes sense. Now, as I said in the beginning, and as we've been discussing as well, the current owners of the manufacturing businesses, the management team, they're so busy running the actual business. And now, let's say Priit is coming in. how much time it requires from their side to put the focus on what you do, or how is the reporting, or what do you need from them?
It differs from company to company. Many companies, they do have some sort of CRMs, they do have Google Analytics set up, they do have access to their AdWords account, their social media accounts. I believe it takes like 1 or 2, maybe 3 months, depending where the company is at the beginning, to get this data, to even see or look through where the company is at the moment, what is the current cost of uh, customer acquisition. And after that, like I said, with couple of months, the easiest thing and the fastest thing to see the first improvements and the first growth is to just adjust the current marketing budget from different marketing channels. It's not always the case, but usually what we do is that we cut down from social media and put that money in ads, and maybe you still need to do social media marketing, but I believe it makes more sense that you find someone in-house who is doing social media like it should be done, like you are posting about what your people in your company is doing, what events do you have, what kind of new products do you have, but it's not like direct sales channel. You need, because if you're following that channel and all you get is ads, then it's not very entertaining. But yeah, there may be different things as well. There may be things that you run Google Ads, but they just don't work. Maybe you use wrong keywords. Maybe you don't use all the capabilities of running different ads and ad types. The easiest way, yes, is to after you know where your sales are coming from, is to adjust your marketing budget. But later, the main thing is to optimize each funnel. It makes sense that if you spot what is the marketing channels, what generates you the best results, that you start optimizing that funnel. And this is like I told, this is something what you can rely on data as well, that if the currently from ads to landing page, there is certain KPI, how many traffic will end up on your landing page, then you try to run and make improvements how to get more people, right people, to come to your landing page. And the same way, to get more people who are on your landing page, to get them to make inquiry. This is like technical experimentation job, and it varies. You can get maybe 80% of the results with couple of months, and maybe this last 20% will take maybe half a year. So in our cases, we often will work with companies like maybe 4 to 6 months, and then it depends on the company. They may want to create marketing team in-house and continue building on that what we have already done. Sometimes they want to continue with us, but we prefer, I believe, to make those fast changes and move on. And we trying to teach in-house people how to continue from there, because if you have database marketing set up, then you should, or your preferred result is that you have a control how much marketing money you put in from one side, and you have pretty clear assumption how much customer will come out from another end. And then it's like leadership decision, how much you want to grow and how much you want to put in. And at the same time, you can calculate what it does with your other processes, what it does for your team. Do you need already thinking about to get some more people? what it means to your resources, your production. Like you can predict and control what is going to happen with your company revenue, since you have this measured funnels set up, and this is what we basically do. Yes.
Okay, and what is the sweet spot? What I mean in here is what should be the current characteristics of the business, and where could you make pretty much the difference very fast? Like how much revenue, maybe how many people, maybe the factory is working just on one shift. What are the characteristics of the companies you see that, okay, you look at it, you see the numbers, you see what they do, and you're like, okay, here I can make a big difference?
Well, I believe that like maybe the easiest setup would be manufacturing company who actually has production power already to grow, which means that if we make the marketing side and sales side better and we can control it, then we don't need to start building a new manufacturing house, right? If the company current production volume is somewhere, I don't know, 60-70% of its maximum, then it's really fast way to with better marketing and database growth marketing. It's the fastest way to fulfill your production maximum volume. That would be preferred case. Otherwise, and also I believe that we need to have clear understanding that companies we are talking about are somewhere between 10 to 10 million, 2 to 10 millions in revenue, and they do already have like, I don't know, maybe 20-25,000 monthly marketing budget. Because yes, if you haven't even started, then maybe we are not a great fit if we need to start building like websites, set up ad accounts, analytics, and we don't have previous data, then it just takes a lot of more time. It's better for us to go into some sort of mess what already is happening than just start creating a one.
As I can see, there are a lot of moving pieces in this to make this database marketing work, and the initial question I was asking from you, like, why do boring manufacturing companies suck at marketing? As a conclusion for myself, I think it's because the business owners, they just don't know what they don't know.
That's true. Yes. But yeah, in my opinion, since I've been entrepreneur last like 10 to 15 years as well, the reason why I even got into growth marketing was the very reason that I have a production company my own as well. And what happened with me is that my company, because of the decent or good marketing, it growed like 2.5 to 3 times back to back years. And if you don't control your growth, it's not fun. It means really stressful periods to adjust from production side, adjust from team side, adjust from resources side. In my case, it ended up with working on weekends and maybe some team members occasionally cried. But after you build it up and adjust, it will be a lot easier if you doing it in the right way. In that said, I believe that since the growth starts always with sales or marketing, you just need more customers for growing. Then, like maybe I mentioned before as well, the biggest question is not like, can I grow or what to do for growing? The biggest question is how I can control growing. And since the growth starts with marketing and sales, it needs to be controlled with marketing and sales as well. This doesn't mean that like CIO or of the company or owners of the company, they need to know all the nuts and bolts of marketing, but they need to use marketing for their leadership decisions, and they need to know those most important KPIs, for example, like customer acquisition cost or customer lifetime value. You can use those to make better decisions for your company. And if you don't have the knowledge, then you need someone else who will build it up for you. But yeah, to make right decisions, you need those KPIs, and you need to use them.
I think lastly, what I understood and listening to you, there is a lot of opportunities, a lot of potential for even for those boring manufacturing businesses which have been on this specific level, whether it's 2.5 million in revenue, 5 million, 7.5, that there is a potential and actually I would even say maybe a step-by-step plan on how to grow this business, right?
Yeah, surely. Like at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. If you know your customer acquisition cost with your current marketing budget, then if you raise your marketing budget, then you will raise your revenue. It's in real life it's a little bit more complicated. But I rather say without it, it's not even possible. But yes, especially with those boring companies, the majority of them today, they don't even understand where they are standing and what that potential is. But yes, if you start moving from assumption-based marketing to data-based marketing, then you get with maybe 1 or 2 or 3 months really clear understanding what that growth potential actually is. But yes, I can say that the cases what I've been working on at the moment, there usually is 2 or 3 or 4 times potential to grow. Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Priit, for doing this. I got a much better overview of what you actually do, other than just reading your reports and listening of what you did on the last week and what you're planning to do next week, next month, and next quarter. So thanks a lot for doing this, and thanks a lot for you watching. And I hope you understood, and I hope you can see now what it really takes to grow a small, boring manufacturing business. So thanks a lot for watching.